Okay, alright, so really, I just wanted to... I think there were 3 things I wanted to go over. Like, there are 3 kind of main weird things that I do that I think not a lot of people do that I think are outrageously useful. Which is, the flap, the, like, flying thing I do that's really hard to hear, revive baiting, and, basically just understanding how ping works with the swords so that you don't get, like, ping sorted from several meters away, or at least that it doesn't hurt as much when that happens. Definitely, you're gonna benefit most from the flap, so let's all go up here.
Wait, so what are we learning?
So I kind of just want to get the point across and then give examples for some use cases of like when it's most effective. I think as Radfox, at least personally knows, it's not completely silent. It's not like you make no noise. It's just a lot quieter. If people aren't listening, they're not going to hear it. So basically, if you just jump off here and you do the tiniest amount of flying, just a teeny tiny little hit like that.
A little bit.
I find it hard to do in the
Can't hear you when you're down there.
Okay, I'm coming back up. You'll probably get a weird appreciation for the amount of distance you can actually get from a single tiny little flap. If you only spread your arms for like less than, I don't know, half a second, the noise for the flying doesn't really start, and you can get distance without actually making sound. It's mostly a course correction thing for pin dropping. Like I said, you can't fly straight at people without making noise, but if you're close enough that they'd hear you flying, but like you need to get right on them to sort them, you just kind of tap little baby flights to cover the distance.
Is it easier to do on an index than the quest? Because I've seen you do it before.
No
Okay.
fucking clue.
Are you an index?
Get out there and give it a go. I am.
I've been trying to do it over the week, and I just can't do it the same way you do it.
Nah, I haven't done that.
I have to say, Palm is doing terribly, at least. Vermilion, that seemed pretty smooth.
Okay, I felt like I did a lot of flying, but
A lot of flying with a little sound.
yeah.
Wait, you saw my clip which was called Caltrop, and I'm doing it right? I'm just sitting and I want to fly. I think I was doing alright.
Feels like a workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, it totally is. I think a lot of it is just, yeah, there you go. Vermilion has a pretty good idea of it. It's a little, you want slightly shorter bursts than that, ideally. But, weed, awful.
Okay, wait, let me,
Get
okay,
out.
I'm gonna stand like...
Go for it. Rad, absolutely.
We need to do this back.
I did not hear it! Did I do alright? Okay, wait, now I can hear you.
I
Okay.
want the tiniest,
What?
shortest
Red
and
Fox got
consistent.
an A+.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear anything.
No, both hands, just right on the threshold of where they need to be for flying, and it's just
I've
in,
never had
out,
A+.
in, out, shake it all
Oh my
out.
god, I'm on overachiever.
I'll give it another go.
Very good.
Yeah,
Okay,
perfect.
did good. Yeah, so I think the people who are making sound are putting their arms out too far. You just
Yeah,
kind of got
you-
a baby.
Yeah,
flap.
you just right on the border, and you just give it little baby slaps. There you go. Pin's getting that.
Alright.
You get Vermilion. You can take a break. You sound out of breath. You know?
I mean, it doesn't take any energy from me. I don't understand why you're saying
Does
it's
that
like
same thing when
workout.
you're
Wow,
dropping?
Red.
Caltrop is the same thing? You're doing
Yeah,
a little flap
same.
there or what?
Same thing. And it's really useful for pin dropping, and that's when I started doing it. But it has other use cases. So one thing that it helps me out with a lot is, for example, if a squad is coming to kill me, as they often do, over the top of this sign, and they know I'm here, it's really, really, really useful to me to be able to do something like this.
Oh, sneak around.
Coming back up. And just get a little bit of distance in like a random direction that they're not looking. It really, really helps with hiding. I just get a little bit of a course change and nobody knows that it happened. And then I get in a bin and pray that none of them look behind them. Other use cases, so pin dropping and hiding are two big ones. I know there was another one, but I'm not sure if I can remember what it is. Getting it, yeah, coming out of a tree at Rad Fox. Always. I don't know. I don't want to dwell a really long time on any of these things. If anybody has any questions about that,
I have a question, Cal, because
yeah.
I see a lot of people have kind of a few distinct strategies, and I'm asking this because I've played with you a lot. I see a lot of people who come in, toss 2 grenades, and then come in with like a UMP or a peanut.
Are we talking about pin dropping?
Yes.
Fucking grenade. Unless you're Jim, apparently, fucking grenades on pin drops, I think, is just terrible. So first of all, and I was kind of gonna get to this when I get to pin dropping, but something I always do when I'm pin dropping is I always have a pre-shook shaker in my hand, ready to fucking chuck in my mouth the second somebody hits me with an orb. Which saves my life a tremendous amount. If I was doing grenades, I wouldn't be able to have a shaker shook, which would hurt a lot. Or I feel like it would be harder to do that. Also, it just gives you away. Like, if the other 2 teammates know what they're doing, the height at which you have to throw grenades to get, like, a guaranteed hit is also a height at which you're gonna get P90'd into little pieces. Again, in my opinion, by the time that you get to the ground. So no, I always prefer to get to the guy, just one target with a sword, and then, I guess I don't know. Okay, so we can just move on to like pin dropping stuff like that from here. So a couple other things about pin dropping. Obviously, never pin drop the guy in the middle. Pick one at the either end, because even if you get a clean kill on the first guy, if you're stuck, you still have 2 dudes to fight, and like that's 2 dudes to fight. That's a lot of dude. So I would like it's often the case that you just need to get the kill and get the fuck out of there, which in my opinion is better than wiping a squad with a pin drop, because if you just pin drop one guy and run away, they take it so personally. So yeah, never pin drop the guy in the middle. Try and pin drop whoever's on the side of the zone so that you don't get locked out by the other 2 as well. Again, like some people use grenades really well. Stealth Jim kills me all the fucking time with grenades, but I think I used to use grenades before like the sword became the most powerful meme, and it's just not as good in my opinion, especially because, again, if it's sweats we're dealing with, when you pin drop one of them, the other 2 tend to get really fucking angry. Actually, the one you pin drop gets really fucking angry, but the other 2 get really fucking angry as well, and they will just run it, like, with zero concern for the fact that you have, like, a P90 or an M60 and you're gonna shoot them in the face as they fly at you. Hang on. Okay. What other pin dropping stuff did I... Doggo, you are such a good girl, but not now. So, hang on, I'm thinking, I'm considering, I might check my sheet of ridiculous notes. By the way, I have a sheet full of ridiculous notes, if anybody wants.
Yes.
I have it, there's a diagram in there and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what I wanted to say.
Okay, I guess the other pin dropping thing is there seems to be this like stigma about pin dropping that it has to happen from high up, and it totally doesn't. Most of the time when I get something that would be described as a pin drop, it's usually from about this height, because generally all you need to do is see where the squad is, see where the zone is, figure out where they're gonna go, and then just get in a tree that's, you know, along that path. it doesn't have to be from the sky, and ideally it's not from the sky. If you can figure out where they're going and get in the way, it's a lot more effective because you're not risking getting orbed as you fall on them.
What about Skybase? Do you Skybase ever?
I got a... Oh man, I used a Skybase comp. Before people looked up, like in the early days of pub, every single game was a Skybase. I miss that. Recently I did a game where I built all the way, like I, built all the way to the build ceiling of the map, and then, so like it didn't LOD in for people who aren't on PC, and then I just ate bananas.
There is no build
fun.
ceiling. Wait, how many builds is the build ceiling?
So it depends if you're talking about Quest 1, I think it's like 70 build, Quest 2 is like 90 build, and PC Inferno, you can never get away from it, but any of the other PC settings, it's like 100 build. And you hit the ceiling at about 100 build. It doesn't let you go up anymore, like from the top of tower. But no, I mean, I would if I was trying to win, I would never ever Skybase.
I mean, you can out-eat them, right? With the bananas.
Yeah, especially if I have 2 lackeys bringing like an extra, 24 bananas. Okay, alright, well, again, I want to keep these things concise. If anybody has any questions about pin dropping or like obvious stuff that I haven't talked about, I feel like I'm just trying not to ramble here.
Okay. I mean, that's like general things about pin dropping, but I've never pin dropped because I don't want people to feel their day is ruined. How do you feel about pin dropping people all the way? How do you sleep at nights?
To be clear, and I think some of you may have seen this from personal experience. I play this game and any game in the name of making people's day worse. I want to feed. If any of you have seen how I treat Skanta, it's because nobody gives me a reaction like Skanta. His anger. Every time I kill him in a cheap shot way, I feel like I'm gonna live an extra 10 years every time I see it happen.
Oh my god, wait, why do you keep pin dropping me then? That's totally opposite reaction. I laugh like a crazy person. It makes my day. Because it's always like from a tree or something. I don't know.
Okay, so to be clear, just because I like watching people have a bad time, doesn't mean I don't like watching people have a good time. I'm happy watching people have any kind... Really. Also, I'm never trying to pin drop you specifically. You just always happen to be where the pin drop happened.
Always.
It's unfortunate.
Every game. 100% the game,
like
I'm gonna be knifed.
The one in Kingdom, like, it was just unfortunate that you happened to stop right next to the tree and your teammates moved off.
I never tend to pin drop. I just when I get a really stacked squad in the lobby and there's no way you're gonna beat them. Is that like it's gonna make their day really bad if you pin drop them?
Exactly, and that's what we want to do. To be honest, pin dropping is not that effective of a strategy for me anymore. Everybody is so ready for it that 9 out of 10 times I get shot. So I tend to do it only when I know it's gonna hurt the person's feelings. It's not like something I would do to win. It's something I would do to aggravate.
Okay, wait. Tell us about the pin dropping when just from the platform. Like, how long do you see there?
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's a good thing. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna start a thingy, and I can make some fun points. Because this is really where the aggravating gets good.
He sits up there, makes a cup of tea, has a few biscuits, looks down,
really
and then goes,
it's great.
Should I drop? No, I'll wait a little bit.
I think I did this right, but I apologize if I did.
What are we supposed to
do? Chat's open, right?
Yes. Yep. What are we supposed to do here?
Wait, I guess folk who are on the left platform come to the right platform?
No.
And this is...
2 dudes just took the pot. Well, you're not alone, that's all I can say.
This is actually a really exciting platform to have gotten, because a fun fact about this platform is that it is the only...
I don't have the knife yet. I'm here, but there is no knife yet.
Yeah, you won't, so I guess I can... Oh man, I should have made the zone slower. Okay, everybody go down there, get a gun, and shoot me. I want to make.
I
a
usually
point about
wave
something.
at
Go on.
you. I usually wave at you.
Go get a gun. I think some of you may know this because it's one of my favorite things to do.
Well, now I have a knife.
Yeah, it's a distance from the platform. You have to go to get a knife.
It is.
Yeah, there is like
So-
nothing. Yeah.
A lot of the platform
I mean,
is
I'm like 100%
invisible
sure, yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. You cannot shoot through pretty much all of the starting. A sec. If people know you're up here, it's extremely satisfying to just wave at them and watch them try and hit you and mo because they just
Supply drop deploying to Defiance.
down here works as well. Because you know they just hot drop. They don't have much ammo. Okay, all right. Hold the shooting for a sec.
I'm gonna kill Slaughter.
Platform is
Why do we even need to do that? I thought we were being in the lesson or whatever.
I got him back for you.
This is the only platform in the game where you can stay on it without taking.
But I don't hear anyone now.
Five squads remaining. 2 squads remaining.
My bad for starting that.
No, I couldn't hear anyone after I got killed, so what was the point in that I didn't get it?
Mac ended it real quick.
No, I mean, but he's talking, he's saying stuff that they're supposed to hear
Here
to
we go.
listen.
This is hype. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to comment. Well, and then Palm is sweating it out.
Pain? You didn't tell
I guess-
anything about pain?
Oh yeah, no, I will. I will get to that, but I mean about the late dropping. I guess timing is really important on the late dropping. So you want, first of all, you want to go after people. Well, actually, I'll let them finish. Oh, with the Magnum. God damn, Pin. Nice. That's impressive. With the late dropping, timing is important. You don't want to go after someone who's in a building or going into a building because you need to like hit them when you hit the ground. Like if they hear you coming at all, you have a knife and no shields, you're gonna die. So people who are outside, ideally people who are fighting another squad because there's no way they're gonna look up. And ideally, going after 2 squads who are currently just beating the living crap out of each other. It's always a beautiful situation when it's like it gets down to a sweaty 1v1 between the hot dropping teams. One of them gets the other. Team are all celebrating. He's starting a revive, and then you get him right in the kidney from behind.
Nice.
It's great. I think that's everything about the pin dropping and the late dropping. It's a lot of practice, the late dropping. I started doing it with like friends just for a meme. I thought it was really funny. Like 3 of us would mob one guy with a knife after like they'd gotten guns and stuff, and it was enjoyable. And after a considerably long time, it started just becoming effective. I don't know if that's because it's actually effective or just because I have lost so many matches as a consequence of trying to do it that I've like evolved into being able to shank. Not sure. Okay, all right. I think that's fine on that. Now, okay. No, I'm gonna put up a death match just so we have some swords, so I can talk about the revive baiting situation.
You're gonna show us how you're hacking. Let's go.
All the hacks. There we go.
I don't think so, but yeah.
What's
We
a
all
good
don't
one?
think so, but when he kills us from 5 meters away, we all think he's hacking. Yeah, for 5
Oh,
seconds.
that's because that's what I was gonna do. I was
ping. He understands the ping. He knows.
it's
It's
ping
so-
it's
so-
ping bending. It's the fifth lost.
No, it's just
element.
hacking, guys. Don't find excuses. Like.
Alright, okay, there we go. Wait, actually, I should turn off guns that are not relevant. Get out of here, get out of here. Get out of here. Get
Turn
gone.
off. Just turn off.
Don't
Like
need
there is a
to
button like
Blade
turn air.
I want-
P90.
I want like a couple. I want a P90 and the M10 in because that might become relevant. I want PX4s. Don't want Val. Don't need you. Don't need you. Okay. All right. There we go. Let's see if this works. It might not work. I apologize in advance.
I got M60,
Wait, what?
All this stuff's in
M-
the secondary.
M10.
Are we supposed to kill people? What are we doing?
No. I guess
You are
meet me by the
supposed to
statue.
kill Slaughter.
By the statue?
Meet at the statue.
Okay.
Kill Red Fox. Kill Red Fox.
Hey, you!
This is the only place Slaughter can get kills.
Oh, where is Cheesy?
Oh, that's right. No, don't kill me!
I will put all of you on full down.
Killed me. And now I can't hear.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, really? Oh no.
Yeah, no,
Nah,
you can
he
hear from
revised
now.
it, man.
Okay, all right, okay. Stop being whiny. Everybody huddle up.
Okay.
Also,
Okay,
if
yeah,
you're
banana.
yeah,
I can hear my heartbeat. Dum, dum.
okay, good. Okay, good. A couple of you have Cyberblade. So I wanted to make a point. Really, the main point, and I'm not going to explain it. There's a diagram in the doc. If anyone wants it, DM me on Discord. I'll send it to you. That explains this. But basically, ping compounds. Because of just how networking is necessarily done in a video game, depending on how I'm moving and how the other people are moving, ping stacks on itself and between yours and the other players. So, positionally, all of you are standing at my ping plus your ping's location. So it takes your ping's time to reach the server and my ping's time for that information to get to me. So it's your ping plus my ping to tell me where you are. Shit. I don't want to go into the details of this. The basic point is that the worst situation for ping, the way it compounds in the most critical fashion, is if I'm walking towards someone and they're walking away from me. Again, there's a diagram, you can check it out. But understand that if you're walking backwards and they're walking towards you, you are at the biggest disadvantage, which is often why, and for record, like, the actual mathematical disadvantage would be my ping plus your ping times 2, is how much ping disadvantage you're at, if you're walking backwards and I'm walking towards you.
You always seem to die quicker. You always seem to die quicker when someone's coming at you with a sword and you're moving backwards. You do die. I do find that you're finished.
Yeah. Again, it's basically just because the ping completely screws you because you are significant. They both look further away than they actually are, and you are closer to them on their screen than you actually are. So it doubles down in a horrible way, which is why. Like, I get the whole he sworded me from several meters away thing. Because whenever you sword someone and they have a gun, which is usually what people are holding when I sword them, obviously they're going to run backwards. And obviously I'm running towards them because I have a sword. And I want to make a point about this. Cheesy, here's the deal. I have a katana, so I should be marginally slower than you. So I'm just going to run backwards. You come at me. You only run forwards. I only run backwards. We have a sword fight.
Okay.
Okay, go. Come here. My sword was literally meters away from him on my screen. I didn't stand a chance. Man, I should have put my thing on high or something so I could get a. Oh, I fly
Taking your
fast.
katana.
That's the first time I've ever sworded Caltrop. Thank you.
It matters in how hard
Would you like his katana? Oh.
I killed him, McCheesy, don't worry.
Honestly, can you kill
Thanks,
me?
Tim. I
Because
appreciate
Does
it.
it matter
I have
how hard you swing?
red.
Yeah, it totally
me.
does.
Uh,
I've ran into the same thing where I'm running after someone and they're backing up, and it's like I can never fucking catch them, and it's like Like you're not gaining.
I killed Caltrop with his sword too! Let's go!
Thank God the comms are open because I am all the way over here. Okay, so sorry. Wait, what was the question? Remind me.
So I'll get into chasing some.
Wow,
And they're backing up.
pinballer.
When they're backing up, like it's almost like you don't have that speed advantage that you should since you have the sword.
Well, you really shouldn't ever rely on the speed advantage to catch up to people because you're keeping in mind the sword. Well, it's just that the Excalibur is 20%, right? Which means that if they're, I don't know, 3 seconds of running ahead of you, then it would take what, like, shit. I shouldn't have attempted to do math. I take it back. I'm sorry. Okay, if they're 5 seconds ahead of you, then it would take 6 seconds for you to catch up to them, right? And 5 seconds isn't that much.
It is closing. All right. It's just super small.
It is, and also I have a katana, so if I take sodas for example, you'll probably need time. I would.
Wow.
Yeah, it still takes a while though, you know.
But again, yeah, it's 20%. It's not a crazy amount, right? Like you're not gonna you can't rely on it to catch people. And this is the other thing I wanted to cover, which god damn it, I'm never gonna have enough build for this. But the way you get everybody give me your build.
Oh, I can't.
Oh, you can't.
You need to heal us.
Right, you can't.
Here,
drop.
take his
you can
builds.
That's my build now.
His
I don't know that I
builds.
need that much.
My build.
No, she did not do
Look
that.
at all that.
Yeah, that's all she did.
Okay, alright.
It's a good thing the spawn point's really far away.
Yeah, it's great.
Are you kidding?
Do you need more?
You started
Wait,
it.
no, wait,
You
no,
know.
okay, I'll build people.
Okay.
No,
Oh my god.
My hands up.
That's a
for
lot of
crying out
sodas.
So,
Fox,
I have a
Marshmallow
question.
started it.
I have a question.
He asked for builds.
When you're swinging, does that change your speed at all?
no, it doesn't.
Okay.
Speed
And
is
when
the
you
same.
fly with the sword, it doesn't change the speed of flying, right?
It also does not change the speed of flying. I did want to comment, though, actually a sword thing. If you're ever going into a sword fight, and this is just my personal experience, I couldn't explain why. If I was going to take a guess, I'd say that there's some kind of interpolation in the networking about how flying movement works, and the game puts you further ahead than you actually are. But never fly into a sword fight. You lose. I always lose when I go into a sword. I always think it's cool. I'm like, haha, I'm going fast. I have the advantage. Every time I die. Every time someone else does it, they die. I'm never more confident in a sword fight than when the guy flies at me. In contrary to what Star Wars might tell you, low ground is better. It's a lot harder to swing the sword down at your feet than it is at a high angle.
Agree that.
That's right.
People will often just whiff over your head if you're on stairs or something. It's really useful. Also, you won't like hit your dog if any of you have a dog. Although that is a comment. Yeah, the TV too. That is a comment I wanted to make. The core principle of swording is to let go of your material possessions. You've already smashed them. Like live on. Because it's the only way to do it. I've broken more lamps than all of you combined.
Any fingers broken? Any fingers?
No. I mean, because like the tracking brace around the index does a good job of. I mean, I've broken well into maybe a dozen at least. Like maybe a dozen and a half index controllers. I go through them.
Wow.
Caltrop, there is something I remembered when, like, Abstract, he also uses sword a lot. So, like, I asked him, and the tip he gave me is like when you go with someone, you don't swing at all. You just go as close as you can, and only then you start swinging. Because if you swing like from far away, they start running. But then when you just walk towards them like that, they don't even like move or like they kind of hear you, but they don't react to you. Like, what's your opinion on that? Do you play swing or you don't like?
You're gonna make more noise, aren't you, if you're swinging? If you're just going straight at them.
So it's a difference. I do different things for different contexts. If they have a gun and they're shooting me, I just run at them like this.
Yeah.
they have a
times like that.
if they have a sword, you're better off timing your hits because like people with a gun, you know, it doesn't matter really how perfectly precise the swings are. You just kind of need to get them. If they have a sword, obviously you're on kind of relatively equal ground. In which case, what you want to do is, or what I do, stand still, is big swing, little swing. And again, so this is specifically in a sword fight. It's like a little zigzag down, but you want to guarantee the 75 on the first hit, and then just even if it's only a 25, you just want to boop them on the second one for as little as possible.
Okay, you know what my
I was
worst?
trying to do a Z
You
for
know
Zoro,
what my
but that doesn't work.
worst sword kill was? I hit 4 times for 25.
I don't. No, I do that. I do that too.
Oh,
And
yep. I've had that.
It's a total psychological thing because you hit once for 25, you panic, and then you just start like doing that, and so all the others are 25s. I do that all the time.
So you think
Yes,
the
I mean, I know this
D is better because like maybe everyone watched the Ping Ponish's video together with Sao, I forgot the name, and
Yo Papi.
Yo Papi, yeah, and they were saying that this movement, like the 8 on like horizontal 8 is the
figure
best, and you say it's like Z, so it's like smaller movement.
Well,
like
I guess again, so this is like this is risk reward for me. The Z is, I think, and I mean other people I'm sure have other ways of doing it that are probably just as valid, but for me the Z is the most efficient way to get the kill. It's also the highest risk because if you fuck up the 75, then the tiny 25 is going to do nothing and you're probably going to die. If you like miss the 25 because it's a tiny little swing and you're just like jutting it back and they move to the side or something, you're going to die. Like there's a lot of risk, but again, like in a sword fight, you're kind of fighting for like little advantages because it's mostly going to come down to ping.
don't you think sometimes that a knife is better just because it has constant 35s there?
No, never. On top of the fact that the range is... I mean, I love the knife. Don't get me wrong, I love the knife. But on top of the fact that the range is much worse, like, you'll die often before you... Even if there's, like, no ping involved, before you ever could have gotten the knife to them. No, I mean, you really shouldn't ever be hitting, like, 25.
I mean, I got even
it doesn't take
23,
that
I
much.
think. Like, 23, I think I got even sometimes.
It shouldn't be possible to get less than 25. Like, that's the absolute teeniest amount. With the knife, I guess I don't have any knives to demonstrate with, but knife, just a similar, like, just horizontal, all in the wrist, really. My arm doesn't move much. It's just...
And you also go through the body, right? You like don't go back after the slice. You always go through, like towards. You never like.
Ideally, you want to get the both hits in fast enough that there is no going through them. But yeah, I wanted to talk about this too. Like I said, you should never walk backwards in a sword fight. The only time it's acceptable is after you've gotten a hit, because if they're running towards you, you want to make sure that you're like can land the second hit. So you don't want them to go through you after one hit and then get lost. So if you like, as you hit the first strike, like you can back up and then go into the second one, but it's a little bit more finicky. Okay, considering what the fuck else, if there was anything else.
What were you going to
Cal,
show us
do
with the
you-
builds?
Oh, right, okay. So with the builds, I need different guns. Go
Yeah, do you use them at all?
What do you need?
10s and P90s. I think I left those.
P90.
There were no spinachos.
I don't have one.
I mean,
I don't
there's
have
only a
M10.
minute. There's only a
Here,
minute and
come
a
kill
half
me.
left in this room before
Oh.
the room closes
We
anyway.
totally
so you
got
might as well
this
start
guy.
a new one.
You
I have
son
an M10. I just
of a
put
gun. Okay, we can totally make this. And
Oh.
wait, shit. Don't pick up my many builds. I gotta figure out whether.
It's just 1 minute left. Just end it and start a new lobby. With a knife
Okay,
as well. Hey, if
only
you
one
press
minute.
if you press the
Alright.
loadout thing, there will be loot everywhere,
want
so
this?
you can loot the builds. Choose.
Have an M10.
Yeah, I want like regular deathmatch. Right?
Yeah, use loadouts. There's press that button. Use loadouts, and it will be
Okay,
there.
alright, gotcha.
Hey, man.
Oh, I forgot the. Oh.
Alright, now you have mine.
Yeah,
Hey.
he's hacking. He's hacking.
He's. Oh, I told you, you never believe me. No one ever listens to Red Fox.
Just experienced it firsthand. Definitely hacked.
Hey, say something.
All this 45 building. Cheating.
Wow! No! 5 seconds!
Oh, it's just drinking a soda.
I mean, Caltrop was hacking, so I got the most.
Yeah. After you account for
I was a
hacks.
team player and let all of you kill me.
Okay. Right, so I've been told there's a button called use loadouts.
Yes,
There we go,
press
I
it
see it.
first and
Alright,
then choose the
gotcha.
guns again. The guns are, again, all on. You need to redo it.
Oh, okay. Alright, so all on, all off. And then we need Katana, Excalibur, or Cyberblade. We need build.
Why does your gun skin looks like a water gun?
It's like love gun.
Love. That's how
Looks like
she
water
loves.
shooting.
M10.
She shoots
Love,
everyone full of love.
It's so sweet of you.
It's from the 14th February last year. I mean, it speaks for 11.
That's true.
I mean, wait. Like, there is also a heart. Oh, you cannot see it. Like, when you're loaded, there is this thing goes down and there are hearts there.
Let's try that.
You're loading it with.
Why did I
Yes,
start with the
SiX
CX4?
because you
Dear
forgot to
God.
change the.
I don't know.
The how we call it.
Oh.
So what you need here, builds? You need builds?
Yeah, let me
Some builds
just
here.
pick up some build. And then
Build
I guess
here.
feel free to M's or the MP5s, whichever you feel more comfortable.
Hey, hey,
Never
hey!
seen someone just
killing.
like kill somebody so bad.
Now I have 30 views.
What are you doing? Why are we killing? You're supposed to get build.
Yeah, I'm just picking up builds.
Take the views, take the
Yeah,
views.
okay.
You-
Okay.
Hey,
Builds that are spawning.
hey, you killed me, Vermilion. Take the builds behind the house. There are 30 builds.
Hey!
Oh, the build.
There's
Oh, I
builds
thought we were giving him a
spawn.
Caltrop.
Spawning.
Oh.
There's a whole bunch there.
Alright, nice.
Damn it, Slaughter! I left those for Caltrop.
He submitted.
Oh, you can drop them now.
It's
okay.
too late.
Hold on. You can drop them
Okay.
now.
Where are we
Or at
putting-
least I can.
Can't
Yeah,
trust
where am I
Slaughter.
putting them?
So
No,
look,
he was the first one who started the fight in with the knife. It was
Exactly,
him.
that's what I'm saying. You can't trust them.
Whoa!
Don't hurt me. I'm gonna give you builds.
So before I try and demonstrate something and then die and look like an asshole,
You're wasting your build.
I might die and look like an asshole. So don't judge me. I have so many builds, guys. We're good. We're
Did
okay.
you say you still need an M10?
Really?
If you
Hey, people,
if you
stop
guys
killing
have
people. Come back. over here.
M10s and MP5s, then
He's so happy about that.
There's a banana here.
my goodness. Okay, we officially definitely.
How many builds you got, Cal? How many?
Oh
how
my
many builds you
god,
have?
I have 250 with. Oh my god, I don't need it. I appreciate you all. I have 300 now.
Okay, where do we meet?
Nice.
Where do we meet?
Okay, I need one. I need. I need one
I got one more
volunteer
build.
Same place, okay.
to basically try and shoot me here.
There's
Wait.
one more build.
Yeah, not all there.
I dropped it behind you.
Hey,
Slaughter, damn it!
Slaughter, I will
Jesus.
fucking remove you.
Hey, that was payback. That was fair
Okay,
payback
right,
right
You
there.
started the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was like 5 games ago. 5 games ago.
All right. Cal, you need me to shoot you?
If you like, yeah,
Alright,
come on.
you need a volunteer.
This
I mean,
is why we
don't-
don't have nice things.
Come down here and then shoot me.
I can't fly in?
No. The scenario here is you stand here. I'm on the other side of this. I'm gonna come at you with the sword. You kill
Okay.
me. I'm not promising I win this. I'm just.
Am I supposed to have builds? Because I have 0 builds.
I mean, I only have a sword, so it's not wholeheartedly relevant. But you can have some.
All right.
Mac.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You didn't
You, you understand there's
And I
And
can't
ready.
use a sword at all.
No sword. And ready.
You can't beat
Steady.
one up on me, Water. You can't beat one up on me.
it's exactly what's gonna happen.
You have lost the lead.
So I guess I don't know how well I got the point across that, and now there's build everywhere. But the general idea is that you want to, because it's hard to run at people and build effectively, obviously.
Right. So you're
You want
flying
to
and
kind
building?
of strafe at an angle. Yeah, if you can fly and build, that's great too. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to give them little peaks of your body so that they start shooting. And then you gain distance when they...
He deserves
Guys.
that.
I'm about to fuck all y'all except Caltrop up here. I swear.
No respect. No respect for Slaughter in here.
So you build first, and then
Okay, so the idea is you want to build not so well that they never see you. You want to make them shoot at you. Like, you need to take a little bit of damage. Just because you gain distance when they're reloading. With an M10, MP5, most of you are pretty sweaty. Like you have an idea of when a gun is gonna run out of ammo just based on how long it's been firing. So you're building until their ammo is getting lowish, which again, it's really easy to tell with an M10. It's always 6 shots. You can count them really easily. And then when you fly at them is during the reload. And then,
What about
you know, like,
DT?
you're not necessarily gonna cover all the distance. DT, oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. It is my wholehearted opinion that the DT is fucking trash. And, like...
That's how you died last
I-
time, Caltrop. I killed you with a DT. How do you feel
Well,
about that?
Wow. Flex. I
was just-
You just called my
I-
DT trash!
I think any gun could have done that. I was just kind of sitting there. I was like floating there above you. But it's not like it's bad. But with the DT, I don't know. Me personally, I don't feel like I'm gonna take enough damage that I like need to. I mean, you can still go. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I have no strategy for the DT. I think it sucks. I just run at them.
yeah, same. And I get shot in the head. So
Yeah,
when you
something
make
like that.
all those builds, do you avoid breaking them down, obviously, right? Or do you just weave through them all?
It doesn't really matter. Hey, I'm not breaking them down or I'm not wanting them broken or leaving them there. They're just kind of for like the brief point. Again, most of it is just to build. Is just to freak the person out. Like you just want them to shoot all their bullets and ideally run backwards into a building and then get stuck there.
Oh, so you're not even bringing out your sword until after you're done building.
No. I mean, the sword's
Okay.
only coming out like once I'm flying at them.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm trying to think. I know I had other points on this.
Do you
So,
slice
okay, right,
through the
okay.
build?
I mean, if you need to get through build, if they're building away from you, then it's like
Kill Slaughter! Just try to
It's a
pin
fact.
drop me and ruin my day! Die!
you took help.
Of course, I'm smart.
Okay.
This is the
rails-
classic.
rails
Wait,
come
shit.
on.
How long? Okay, no. Okay.
I'm just practicing. Okay.
Get me to the brink.
But like general sorting aside, I'm really not. I'm not that good at it. If you'll come to the throne room area with me, I'll show you both my favorite spot in the game for sorting people and just how I get the overwhelming majority of my kills in this game. Seriously, as a general tip, I don't think, and this is a flex, I don't think I've ever lost. Even with like 1 HP and a knife from here, this is like my happy place. I'm up at the top, but I don't have a gun. But
On the
although
top
I'm-
of the castle or where?
No, like if from the
throne?
inside, you know, the kind of like
Okay,
layered
okay, I
bit.
see.
You're in a hidey hole.
This room is my happy place.
This is the best place in the castle. People don't realize that you can come up and down through this.
Look at you, sneaky sausage.
It's one of the
showing
hidey
us one of
holes.
his hidey holes, guys.
Where's the hidey hole?
It's a really good one. People Look where I'm at here, down on the bottom. People don't realize that this goes all the way up and down. Right here.
Yeah.
People don't realize. So there's a lot of escape routes and a lot of hiding spots, and you can climb your way all the way through.
And just the banners too.
No one uses that.
The banners?
You can shoot through the
I do
banners.
all the time.
Behind the banners, yeah. I don't use them that often, but I'm an advocate for hiding behind the
only
banners.
sometimes.
I'm into that.
Not common, but
Okay, so
Worst case.
this room is just a really good example of like an amazing place to do my favorite thing, which is revive baiting. It's amazing. It is mind fucking blowing to me how easily people fall for this. I have on literally dozens of occasions pretended to revive my teammates when nobody in the lobby has even died yet, and like even sweats will still just fucking run at you. It's crazy.
I would laugh at that, but I've probably done it, so I'm not.
I would say I've definitely been baited. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, I've even said while I'm running, I think they're baiting us. Let's go find out.
But there's not a lot to this. It's very obvious. You stand in a corner, you revive. I would comment, I guess one tip for this is that you can have the menu open, like the weapon menu open, while you're reviving, which I tend to do, and then I just keep I just keep it on the sword, so that I can sort of swap straight to it, so there's no like lag between me stopping the revive and starting to sword people.
Pro gamer
I
shit.
can't have my. How do you have your menu open while you?
So you
Just hold the
wheel?
button down.
So you get the paddles out, you start reviving, and then you just hold the menu button while you revive. You just keep doing the motion, but you hold the button.
Okay.
That's clever.
you.
That's really clever.
I had no idea.
Oh, slaughter!
Which is-
Yeah, then you can just grab what you need.
I was practicing. It worked.
It's allowed. Oh shit!
You're bad fox.
Get wrecked!
$10. That was like.
Just taking care of it.
There's no rule that Slaughter has to die in the end. You know, like.
I don't even have.
Well,
a
he's
could be
always the
left
first
alive.
death.
Hold on, let me get
I
it.
could be left alive.
But so to be clear, I mean, to be fair, people have stopped chasing me when I revive, like some people. Actually, the last game I played before I booted up this lobby, the last team lost because I'm friends with them and they refused to come near me while I was reviving. So I just got my teammates up who then killed them. But I had like nothing. Like, they'd just come at me, I would have died. Which is fun. Wait, hang on. Okay, so like I said, it works always, 100% of the time. People always fall for it, but the best time to use it is when you've just come upon a new squad. If, for example, I don't know, you run towards tower and you hear footsteps.
Slaughter. Go for slaughter.
Start reviving, and like people will always come at you straight away because they're like, oh look, that stupid idiot has just run away from a different squad and is now trying to revive. But we're here. Works every time. With the revive bait thing, the idea is that once you get one kill, the other ones will come. Because usually there's something along the lines of, he's low, I got him. Which people seem to yell even if they literally didn't hit you. I've never understood.
They do.
So, I found, in my experience, I don't really understand why, but in my experience, once you get one, the rest they keep coming, even though, like, they know exactly what happened to the first one who went inside. It's unusual.
Probably like, there's one left.
Yeah, I don't know, but
Everybody comes running.
Thank you.
they get extremely hungry at that point. I guess the only other time revive baiting it really works is a thing about me is one of the best ways that a fight opens for me is when I get headshot with an AWP. Because nobody pushes more than someone who just got a headshot with an AWP. It's really, really easy to chuck a banana in my mouth, chug a bunch of sodas, and then start to revive as soon as they headshot me, because, like, for them, the cards are all in their favor, and they are not going to think about the fact that I have it. And again, how much health you have really doesn't matter when you have a sword. As long as you can take, like, one hit from a D tier or an M10 and not die, you basically have the advantage. And talking about having the advantage, I think this is the last thing I want to talk about, because I'm going to start rambling. I'm kind of out of material. You.
Where'd you get a katana?
Yes.
He's so annoying.
Yeah.
Kick him out of this room.
So, walking backwards in a sword fight is always bad. But walking backwards in a gunfight is always bad as well. If you are in close quarters and you have a sword, you should recognize that you always have the advantage. Like, you should always be running at the person. I mean, take a break to heal if you need to. Chuck a banana in your mouth, but kind of no matter what. Like, if you try and back off, you're gonna die the vast majority of the time. Like, just keep going at him. Don't be a baby about it. Don't look at your 5 HP. It takes literally less than a third of a second to kill them with the weapon that you have in your hand. You are literally, as long as they're like within a few meters of you, you always have the advantage.
So, actually, I have a random question. There's been many times I've like come up behind somebody, literally sworded them in the back. Aww.
I didn't know who tried to sword me.
The map right
And
there.
did no damage. None at all.
Hackery.
Is that like, is a sword going through them? Can you get too close?
The only thing I can think of, you absolutely can get too close. First of all, yeah.
Okay.
If your arm is the thing hitting them and not the sword, then you won't do damage. Something I do want to point out, and I think most people know this, but I'm not super confident. But actually, I'll quickly talk about this when we get back to the.
Wow.
Oh no way. Cheater.
Yes.
Cheater.
I'm getting you back.
I have the most damage. It works.
Overachiever.
Hacker.
Okay, the only thing I wanted to say on that was, I don't know, maybe everybody knows this. Sometimes it seems like news to people sometimes. On calling enemies out as low, falsely, one of the biggest culprit for that with swords is swords. To keep, I don't know. I want to go into to keep people from trading. So every time two people go at each other with swords, they kill each other because of the low TTK. The server requires a ping from an alive player in order to register damage with a sword. So if you sword, this comes up a lot. Most of you probably experience this. You sword someone for 75, and you're the last person. You die. You can see their health bar, and their health is full, and you're like, "What the hell? I just sworded them for 75."
Yes.
So the damage does not register if you died as you got it, basically. So if you died right as you sworded someone for 75, do not tell your teammates, "I just hit him for 75, he's low," because you did.
That has happened many times. I'm like, what? No, I got you.
Yeah.
How are you not?
Didn't know that.
That happens a lot.
Okay, tell me, one time, you know what the one time I got? I didn't die, so I sliced, it's recorded in my TikTok, so I had a sword, I was in the house, but there was a knife in front of me, so I sworded the guy for 75, I rewatched the numbers, then it took the knife, as it sometimes does, then it was 35 with the knife, he was still alive, and then another 35, only after that he died, and it was almost 2 seconds between 35 and 35, so not instantly, so but it was time because he went outside of the house and then I had to catch him and then another 35. It's 140 and 110, sorry, and he wasn't dead, and then it's 35 and he couldn't eat anything, it was instantly. So I can show you, send it to you.
I think what you've come across is just a secret pink ponage banana eating alt.
No, I can send it to you. I need to send it to you.
Maybe they just, could you have drank enough sodas? So
No, it was hot drop, it was hot drop.
Oh.
Right away, he didn't even had shield anything. Yeah.
That's weird.
Couldn't. I have no idea. I mean,
I'll send it to you, okay?
Oh, my pro pop tip that has nothing to do with sorting or knifing. If the lag hits just right, when you're shooting someone in the lobby, the damage can carry over to the game. So, just like to be belligerent. Have
Where is
someone
Max
take 13
Cheesy?
damage. from
That's
your
how you had
MP5.
36 health.
Yeah, that's happened to
Yeah.
me before.
Someone orped you at like to a microsecond, the wrong moment.
Wow.
Yeah, he just
I
loaded
always
to the
be
lobby
shooting
at
at people
36
when you
health
load
one time.
Yeah, I've heard about that. I've heard about it a lot of times. I mean, they do it in comp, don't they? People try to shoot the lobby host.
I'm. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I've heard about it, but I've never actually seen any proof that it actually works.
It does, and I'm issuing all of you a challenge to headshot someone with an AWP as the round starts and have them die before they get it.
In hunt or in custom?
That sounds
or
amazing.
Either.
Either? Okay.
Yeah, in
I
about
would
a
love to
week
see
we're gonna
that
see all
happen.
these videos on Facebook that were all hackers.
So, Cal, I've got a question.
Yeah.
I play on Native Quest currently. With the whole ping thing you were talking about, do PC players then have an advantage due to that rendering and quickness, like if they're chasing with a sword?
No, there's no real ping difference. As far as I know, I could be wrong. There's no real ping difference between Quest and PC.
I mean, not ping, but frames, right? Like I was on Rift test with 80 per frames. Now I'm 120 with Quest, and
Oh
I
my
see a lot of
God.
difference with like AWP and DT. But I know it's competing.
When I used it, I had to use a Quest like a few months ago. And I tried pop on it, and it was a literal nightmare. I have so much respect for all of you who play on that nightmare device.
I haven't tried standalone yet, and I'm
To me,
hoping it's
true.
never
So,
gonna happen.
I mean, because everything is less responsive, because you're on a lower frame rate, I did find sorting a lot harder. I mean, strictly speaking, if you're used to it, there's not going to be any difference. But I mean, I'm used to everything being a lot smoother than it is on Quest, and I felt groggy.
Yeah, you cannot quick scope on standalone like as fast as you can on PC, like at all.
I mean, I can't quick scope.
I mean, I'm telling you, this has to do with the frames.
gotta go walk the dogs. Bye.
All right, T-Man. That's kind of all I have to say anyway. I have no idea if that was helpful to anyone, but that's
It was
all I've
fun.
got.
When you're
It was
when
very
you're doing
fun.
your
Yeah.
little
Especially
flying thing,
swording you, the
do
best
you
part
hear-
of the
Do
day.
you hear the sound briefly on your end, or are you
You
doing
hear-
it
yeah.
so short that you don't hear it at all?
No, I can hear it. The sound is different for client and server, because like it's the same thing. You know, your teammate's flying sound is different from enemy
Yeah.
flying sound, which is different from your own flying sound. So no, you can't use your own. That was perfect, Vermilion. That
Was it?
Yeah, you
Okay,
can't-
I was
that was
just
chef.
flapping
That was
like a
chef's
chicken.
kiss.
Because you can't use your own sound to know if
To
you're
kind of
doing it too
figure out
long or not.
No, not really. But
Okay.
yeah, do that.
Okay.
Just do exactly what Vermilion.
I feel like I'm glad nobody in real life can see me because I felt like an idiot.
Because yeah, you look stupid. But I mean,
yeah, I look so stupid.
And that was kind of my dream with this. I wanted to see like groups of people just looking like little chickens in their living room, trying to get around. Okay,
I mean,
all right.
shakers are more stupid, I guess.
What is Sweet doing?
All right, Weed. You gotta.
What are you doing,
You
Weed?
gotta move your arms with the cool walk.
yeah, I was gonna
You can't
say,
just
what is
leave.
he
You can't just
doing?
leave your arms. Like that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I'm sitting down in
That's
the, in the
unnatural.
dining room. My hands are on my lap.
Do you have drift?
Yeah.
You look so good. You can hear on it. You got work to do.
Okay, all right. So I'm accepting fist bumps from anyone who wants them, and then I'm off. I hope that was helpful in some capacity.
I don't know.
Go people.